What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Gen716 back here again, and today I want to talk to you guys about Vernon Butler and Quinton Jefferson. I want to talk about those two signings that the Buffalo Bills made, and are these players upgrades, right? Are they an upgrade, from Jordan Phillips, Shaq Lawson, those type of losses? So we're going to talk about that right about now. So little, something to know about Quinton Jefferson, man. I've been watching Quinton Jefferson over the last two seasons. He's a beast, man. He's a terrific interior pass rusher, right? He can play outside if you want him to, but he's primarily a three technique player. He's primarily inside, phenomenal interior pass rusher. I would say, borderline elite. Matter of fact, no, I'm just gonna say elite. He's an elite run stuffer. He's an elite run stuffer, man. This is a guy that can clog up the lanes if you want him to. He's a guy that can take a side of the field away, but of course, so he's more of a two-way player. He can rush the passer if you want him to, and he can also stuff the run, right? I do believe that he is an upgrade over Jordan Phillips. Now, I like Jordan Phillips a lot, and Jordan Phillips fit the system, but Quinton Jefferson, he's been more productive than Jordan Phillips over the last couple of years. And even though Jordan Phillips had this breakout year, we had 9.5 sacks, and he had the 16 tackles for loss. Quinton Jefferson's a guy that's been just very, very consistent. He's a guy that has had more pressures than Jordan Phillips. He's a guy that, again, if you take him out to Seattle's defensive line, I mean, really their interior defensive line front was just not that good, even with the likes of Jerron Reed. So you're losing, arguably, Seattle's, one of their top two defensive linemen. And Buffalo is now is now grabbing him, and you're now plugging him into this deep defensive line core. So Quinton Jefferson, I believe, is an upgrade over Jordan Phillips, and you got him at a cheap price. You got him at a 2-year, I believe, with $13 or $14 million deal. That is cheap. That is absolutely phenomenal, man. Brandon Beane once again doing the shimmy, making these phenomenal deals. So you're getting one of the best linemen in the league, right? One of the best free agents. You got him on a pretty cheap deal. But again, I think a huge reason why I think Quinton Jefferson took this deal is because he likes Brandon Beane. He loves the scheme. He actually talked about how he loved the scheme that Sean McDermott and that the Buffalo Bills had. He liked Eric Washington as a coach. So I definitely think that definitely had a huge factor of why he decided to sign pretty much a smaller deal with the Buffalo Bills. But I think Buffalo definitely got that upgrade over him. And again, they lost Jordan Phillips to a 3-year, $30 million deal to the Arizona Cardinals. You get a better version at a cheaper price in Quinton Jefferson. Now, Vernon Butler, you add him. Vernon Butler is more of a bonus. He was a former first-round pick coming out of Louisiana Tech. Wasn't really that player that Carolina wanted him to until literally last season. Like, right, you know what I'm saying? Like, last season, Vernon Butler had 6 sacks. He's a guy that had around 12 or 13 pressures at the quarterback position. He was really improving his game as a run defender. He played right next to Kawan Short. Definitely made some plays. Is Vernon Butler a starting defensive tackle? Well, he was with the Carolina Panthers. He was productive coming off of his best year last season. He's probably going to be more of a depth defensive tackle, more of a rotational defensive tackle, but a guy that I can see play a lot of snaps. I think that this is a pretty big signing. I think he's a guy that played under that Ron Rivera type of defensive system where Sean McDermott, Ron Rivera, very, very, very similar as far as their defensive philosophies goes, and Vernon Butler can come in here and he can be very, very comfortable with the scheme. Again, I think they also got him on a 2-year deal around the same, I think almost the same price point as Quinton Jefferson, but he's more of a bonus. He's more of a guy that's coming off of his best year, former first-round pick, so he has the talent. And again, he's a guy that's still developing, very, very young, which is also what I got to talk about, right? Jordan Phillips is a guy that's going to be 20 years of age. Quinton Jefferson's a guy that's going to be around 27 years of age, and Vernon Butler is going to be 26. So you get younger defensive tackles that are still developing their game, right? Quinton Jefferson is still developing his game, and he's been one of the more elite, interior pass rushers, or borderline elite interior pass rushers in the league. And Vernon Butler is a guy that, again, is coming off of that career year that's only getting better. These are guys that are still developing. And in this defense, where, again, you're starting to see a lot more unknown names start to really be comfortable in the scheme and really start to make a name of themselves, like Jordan Phillips, like the Jordan Poyers and Micah Hydes of the world. I think that these two players that we have here are only going to get better. I think they're going to enhance their game under this system with Leslie Frazier, with Sean McDermott. And with Eric Washington coaching this defensive line group, I definitely believe that the Buffalo Bills would get better. Again, we also got Mario Addison as well, which I made a video on. So Mario Addison, Vernon Butler, Quinton Jefferson, with Jerry Hughes there, with Ed Oliver, who's still developing his game. We can't forget about Harrison Phillips. Well, we can't forget about Harrison Phillips. Again, he should be 100%. Star Lotulelei, we're going to have to find out what we're going to do about Star Lotulelei, whether if we can restructure his contract or not. But this defensive line group is packed. I would love to see Buffalo go after another edge rusher, but again, we might wait until the draft, or maybe somewhere down the line we can get that guy in free agency. But overall wise, I'm loving the Brandon Bean moves. I'm loving what he's doing. Again, I know he's doing the shimmy, doing the electric slide, celebrating right now because he has done a phenomenal job making this defense better. I think it's actually way better. I think it's better than what they had last season as far as the talent level goes. You're getting younger, cheaper play. You're getting younger, cheaper players. And these players are a lot better than Jordan Phillips and Shaq Lawson. So you get three great players. You get them at a reasonable price, these are guys that also fit the scheme really, really well. So I'm super, super excited. I'm really excited to see how this defense plays. Remember, we were a top 3, top 4 defense last year, and as far as what we're seeing on paper right now, guys, it can only get better from here, and I'm excited. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you guys today, or at least for now. Again, if more free agency coverage is going to be coming up really, really soon. There's a lot more rumors of who Buffalo can sign and who some of these other teams are going to sign. So I'll be back probably in a few. So anyway, guys, all I got. Gen 716. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.